Hello dear friends, I am Balaji. Hope you all are fine and doing well. In this today's short video, I am going to share with you a very beautiful and heart-touching story. This story has been written by a Spanish writer named J.S. Fabra. And this story is about a small girl child and her lost doll. She loses her most loved toy, that is doll, and this story is about the relationship between that girl child and the doll. The message that we get from this story at the end of the story is everything that you love you will eventually lose, but in the end love will return in a different form. So this is the moral lesson, this is the message that the reader gets at the end of the story. The story goes like this. In this story, 1 year before his death, Franz Kafka saw in one of Berlin's park, Steglitz City Park, a girl who was crying because she had lost her doll. This is how the story goes. The story starts. It starts where? In a city. Which city? Steglitz City Park in Berlin. A girl who was crying because she had lost her doll. The writer calms her. Which writer? Franz Kafka. The writer calms her down by telling her that her doll had gone on a trip and that he, a doll postman, would take her a letter the next day based on a real life experience of Franz Kafka. Jordi Sevilla reconstructs the event, albeit surrounding it in a fantasy and magic. This description comes from the memories of Dora Diamond, who Kafka lived with in Berlin for half a year. Over 13 days, he brought a letter to the park every day in which the doll tells of her adventures, which he himself had written the night before. Your doll has gone off on a trip, he says. How do you know that? The girl asks. Because she has written me a letter, Kafka says. The girl seems suspicious. Do you have it on you? She asks. No, I am sorry, he says. I left it at home by mistake, but I will bring it with me tomorrow. He is so convincing, the girl doesn't know what to think anymore. Can it be possible that this mysterious man is telling the truth? Kafka goes straight home to write the letter. If he can come up with a beautiful and persuasive lie, it will supplant the girl's loss with a different reality. A false one. Maybe, but something true and believable according to the law of fiction. The next day, Kafka rushes back to the park with the letter. The little girl is waiting for him, and since she hasn't learned how to read yet, he reads the letter out loud to her. The doll is very sorry, but she has grown tired of living with the same people all the time. She needs to get out and see the world to make new friends. It is not that she doesn't love the little girl, but she longs for a change of scenery, and therefore they must separate for a while. The doll then promises to write to the girl every day and keep her abreast of her activities. Please do not mourn me. I have gone on a trip to see the world. I will write you of my adventures. Who is saying this? The lost doll is saying this to the girl. After a few days, the girl had forgotten about the real toy that she had lost, and she was only thinking about the fiction that she had been offered as a replacement. Franz wrote every sentence of this story in such a detail and with such a humorous precision that it made the doll situation completely understandable. The doll had grown up, gone to school, met other people. She always reassured the child of her love, but made references to the complications of her life, her other obligations, and interests that prevented her from returning to their shared life right now. She asked the little girl to think about this, and in doing so, she prepared her for the inevitable, for doing without her. By that point of course, the girl no longer misses the doll. Kafka has given her something else instead, and by the time those 3 weeks are up, the letters have cured her of her unhappiness. She has the story, and when a person is lucky enough to live inside a story, to live inside an imaginary world, the pains of this world disappear. For as long as the story goes on, reality no longer exists. One day the girl got her doll back. It was a different doll, of course, bought by Kafka as a last gift for her. An attached letter explained, "My travels have changed me." Many years later, the now grown girl found a letter stuffed into an unnoticed crevice in the cherished replacement doll. So, the conclusion of this story is, everything that you love, you will eventually lose, but in the end, love will return in a different form. Hope you understood the story in short, in a summary form, and got a message, a beautiful message, that is, everything that you love, you will eventually lose, but in the end, love will return in a different form. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.